Welcome to Update Tech Skills. In this video, I'm going to explaining about justify, center across selection, data validation as well as dependent drop-down lists. Here, justify option in the sense, I want to break it to multiple rows. The data is completely stored in a single row. I want to break it down for multiple rows. For that, I don't want to cut and paste here, so it's a manual way. So I'll just select multiple rows and then few columns, then I'll just go home, fill to justify. It has breakdown, so to the different rows. If I want to paste it in only one row, that is also possible. Just again I need to select the complete data and then multiple columns, home, fill to justify. In both way we can do this using justify without doing cut and paste. Here center across selection. It means instead of merge and center, this would be the good option. For example, this is the header, admin officers, sales and then software engineering. All these three different divisions. If I select the headers till that last column, then I can do merge and center. It will come to the center alignment, and the same one for sales, merge and center, for software engineering, merge and center. If I want to calculate only the sale values, all these three departments together, then I'll put equals to sum of all these sales. But it is not happening because of that merge and center. I can't select it. That's the reason I need to utilize center across selection. I will unmerge this sales and then software engineering. I will select that header till the last column, then control 1 for format cells. Under this alignment tab, I am going to select a center across selection from this horizontal drop down list. Then click on OK. It will come to the center alignment. Select control 1 alignment. From this drop down list we need to select center across selection. Next, control 1 center across selection. If I want to come to know only the sale values, all these three departments together, then equals to sum of, I'm going to select all the sale values. It won't disturb us because this is not the merge and center, this is the center across selection. It will come, but the original cell address is not B2, it's still A2 itself. It will just increase that indent part. This is about the center across selection. Here is the data validation. I'm having employee names. I need to put some restrictions. So based on this task, here employee ID should be between 111 to 114. From here to here I need to select as per that. Then data validation, under this data tab, data validation, there are three tabs: settings, input message, error alert. Now I'm talking about settings. So exactly data validation, nothing but based on the requirement we are going to put some restrictions. So here under that settings, the first one is called any value. It means it can accept any value. Actually restrictions will start it from the whole number. So based on the requirement we need to select this data. As of now employee should be between 111 to 114. So from here to here I have selected, and then I'll go for between based on the requirement. Then minimum and maximum, it has two arguments. So it has to start from 111 and then 114. Then click on OK. It has restricted. If I just type it, his employee is 111, his employee is 112, it will accept. But wantedly or unwantedly, if I update the wrong one like 115, it won't accept. It will say like Microsoft Excel is the error title. The error description is this value does not match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. I cannot update this value. Even I will just click on that retry, it won't accept. By seeing this error alert, we can realize and we can put the correct one. So this is not a 115, it's like 114, and then here it is 113, like that. I'm going to delete this. And the next one, hire date. Hire date format should be this format: DD, 3 digits of M, 3 digits of year. According to that, I'm going to select the cells, data, data validation. This time I need to select date because of the date format. Based on the requirement, we need to select this data. As of now, I'll go for between or equal, it's up to us. I'll just select between, like randomly I'll put one date like 1st June 2021 to 14th June 2021. 2 digits of date, 3 digits of month, 4 digits of year. Date, month, year. Click on OK. If I update 2nd June 2021, it will accept. If I update like June 3rd 2021, it won't accept. I should update only the same format like DMY. Or if I update last month data, 10th May 2021, it won't accept. I just restricted from 1st to 14th June. Between that, I need to write the dates. So this is how I can put the restrictions for date functions as well. And the next one is department. If I want to create a drop down list, so we are able to create it. For example, I'm going to select the area, data, data validation. This time I should select list to create the drop down list. Then inside the source, I'm going to write like HR, comma, sales, comma, CRM team, comma, marketing, etc. I'm going to click on OK. So now I will be getting the drop down list. HR, I'm able to select from the list, no need to type it manually, like that. So this is about the creating a drop down list in Excel. If I'm updating the different department which is not listed here, like graphics, it won't accept. It is giving me the same error again. So press escape to come out of that. If I want to increase it, right, again I'm going to select data validation list. Here I can increase it by pressing comma. No need to give any space. Then I'll just add one more department name, comma, delivery team. One more department name added here. So like that we can create a drop down list and we can change it later. If I want to delete that restrictions, then I'll select the area again, data validation, clear it all, click on OK. Like that. There is no drop down list. Pressing Ctrl Z to come back. Now what is the last task here? Contact length should be restricted to 10 characters. So according to that, I'm going to select data validation. This time I'll go for text length. So again, based on the requirement, here we are having data. So I'll select equals to length. I'll just update 10. Click on OK. Now if I update only 2 digits, it won't accept. 10 numbers, it will accept. Only 10 digits. Like that, I can put the restrictions. So as per this, we are not going to update the wrong one. So the main agenda is to avoid the wrong input. Now if I want to put some custom error note, for example, employee ID should between 111 to 114. So if I update 115, it won't accept, but it is giving me like default error node and default error description. If I want to custom it, like I'll select the area, data validation. The last tab name is called error alert. Here I can put the title like employee details, error message, cross check again, like that. Click on OK. Now if I type the correct one, I will not get any error alert. If in case of wrong input like 115, I will get this employee details and cross check again. If I want to change this symbol, I cancel it. I'm going to select the area, data validation. Under this style, I'm having three types: stop, warning, information. Stop means it cannot accept any other input. Warning and information will accept other input. Before that, it gives one warning. So with the warning symbol, or information with the information symbol. Click on OK. If I update the wrong one, it will take one more confirmation. Still, if I'm OK, I'll just click on OK to accept that. It will accept. So just for rechecking, we need to utilize information or warning. I'm going to delete it. This is about the data validation. Next one is to create a dependent drop-down list. If I select sales, I need to display these employee names. If I select HR, I need to bring these employee names. For example, here I'm going to create a drop-down list, select and data validation, settings, list. In that list, I'm going to click on this inside the source. I'm going to select it, or I could have typed it manually as well. So sales, HR and finance, it will come. If I select sales, I need to get the list. If I change the department name like HR, I want to get this list. So how it is possible? This is the concept of dependent drop down list. For that, I have to use index. Then I'm going to select the complete resource names, comma. We need to skip that row number syntax because this is the vertical data. By pressing comma, I'm able to skip that. In place of column number, this is the syntax. I'll just use match function based on the column name. So that particular column name is HR as of now. So it is, the cell address is G5. If I press comma, the next syntax is lookup array. So where is that lookup value? Lookup value means I took it as HR. So it is located here. It's part of the headers. Comma. We need an exact match always, 0. Close two brackets, one is index, another one is for match. Now I'm getting the employee name. So Edward is part of the HR team, here it is. But if I select the different department name, sales, it is giving me the correct name. But I'm not getting the multiple names. In one cell, I cannot show the multiple names. For that, the logic is to copy the complete formula. Select and copy this entire formula, then click on the same cell, data validation, list. Here I can paste that formula. Then click on OK. I'll get the drop down list. If I select finance, so based on that header, I'm getting the resource names. If I select that HR, I'm getting that HR resources. So this is about the dependent drop down list. Thank you for watching this video. Please download the workbook if needed. It is available in the description.